But right now, the workers of Delta Airlines, in addition, are working on joining the flight attendants union. But the fine political reporters over at The Hill reported on this by announcing the following corporate friendly headline: Delta is to become the first U.S. carrier to pay flight attendants during boarding. Doesn't that make Delta seem great? I think their reporting needs a little bit of a correction, and I'm going to give one to you. All right, here is the story that I am reporting, and this is from The Hill. Delta to become the first U.S. carrier to pay flight attendants during boarding. Good Lord, could they have made it a more corporate-friendly headline, even if it's true? Let's go through this section by section. Delta Airlines announced Tuesday it will become the first U.S. airline to pay flight attendants for boarding duties starting this summer. Well, God bless Delta. Aren't they just wonderful and generous? Clearly, they see the plight of the worker. Wait, what? Airline flight attendants are not currently being paid boarding duties, meaning they only get, okay. They actually only get paid, as you'll see as I keep reading this, after the airplane door closes. Here it says this right here in a memo saying, get out of there, other Hill thing. In a memo sent to employees, the company said starting June 2nd, flight attendants would get boarding pay for all flights. In the airline industry, flight attendants only receive compensation for flights after the airplane door closes. Excuse me, I am already ashamed that I often have to walk past the economic privilege section to get to my seat. And now I gotta, this explains why I hear the hurry the fuck up vibe from the, from the flight crew, who I didn't even know were not getting paid for any time before the airplane door closes. I mean, that is absolutely crazy. Of course, they're Delta's trying to stave off a unionization effort here, obviously. But that luggage that Etan picked up for you and put up at the top, he's not getting paid for that. I mean, should I be tipping my flight attendant now? Sliding him a 5 spot? I feel bad. I mean, WTF, I already had to pay an extra $80 for that luggage that he had to put up there. Can't we just pay him for being there? It's absolutely insane. Flight attendants, I think they risk their lives flying in a tin can so that we can finally see Graceland, and the company doesn't even pay them for work that they're obviously doing. Okay, back to this reporting. Oh, but it makes Delta seem so wonderful. In addition, along with the boarding pay, Delta's increasing its boarding time for smaller aircrafts from 35 to 40 minutes. So you can get that way too big luggage on there. It's crazy. Flight attendants are critical to ensuring a welcoming, safe environment on board. That's a quote from Delta. We are excited to bring this new benefit to our people and improve on-time departures and arrivals. Look at how many paragraphs I've already read to you on this Hill report. This is why we need a correction. At the very bottom, if you keep scrolling down, which, gotta be honest, most people just read titles and move on. After even the ad for their other stories, they mention labor. The Association of Flight Attendants, Sarah Nelson, who we just heard speaking from, she's the head of that. They credit their own efforts for the boarding pay, saying the new policy is a direct result of our organizing. Hello. And and a desperate attempt to prevent their other new boarding policy from creating the kind of anger that it deserves. Another, the 40-minute policy, and the people are unpaid for those 40 minutes of obvious work. Have you ever gotten on a flight and there's no flight attendants on it? No, never. The move also comes amid efforts to unionize Delta's flight attendants. So basically, they're trying to pay them off. They're doing what all of these, corporations and rich guys who own corporations are doing, saying, trust me. Okay, you want a little bit? We'll do a little bit. We'll pay you for the work you're doing. Anyway, instead of making a union. It's also a reminder, says the union people, that management holds all the cards. They announced this today, and they can choose to cancel this policy at any time unless we have a contract that locks it in. That's it. And then I love how it says here, the Hill has removed its comments section lest somebody make a no, as there are many other forms for readers to comment, like this show. You are watching Act TV. Stick with us. Coming up next is my interview with Marianne Williamson, all that and more. Don't forget to follow us across platforms at act.tv. And me personally, I'm on TikTok now as of this morning it's called Julianna Forlano at Home. It's non-professional TikToking if you're interested in seeing my cat videos. All right, stay tuned. We've got more coming up.